I just wanted to come on here and say I'm sorry. I voted for him, and I thought he was going to make things better for folks like us.
Does America feel great again?
No, not at all. I can get laid off tomorrow, then I'm pretty much homeless. Because, you can't save now. Every dollar you have has to go to gas, groceries, bills, rent.
Does America feel great again?
Not in the way everyone wanted. With gas prices, and you can't afford to breathe at this point.
What does it feel like to be living in these conditions right now, in these economic conditions right now?
Hurt, very hurt. I try to do, sorry, I cried. I try to do a lot for my kids, and I can't do much.
It's hard, especially as a father, because you ain't got that extra cash to go and spoil your kids. So it's pretty difficult.
The middle class. 60% are living paycheck to paycheck.
So I'm walking around Costco here and I'm noticing these prices. For example, these mattress lentils, $15.99. I bought those a year ago for $6.99. Let's look at what else we got going on here. Dang, this is the flour we were buying for $5.99 last year. We literally bought this chicken broth, $5.69, 2 months ago. And I keep getting told that we got, 6-7% inflation. You gotta be kidding me.
So let me get this straight. Working people can't afford rent. Families are drowning in bills and grocery bills. People are rationing gas money, insulin money. But Donald Trump wants to hand out $1.7 billion of our taxpayer money to his political friends, his allies. That is not justice. That is an abuse of power. It is corruption, using the fucking federal government like a private mafia loyalty club. They're supposed to serve the public, not bankroll his political insiders who are crying persecution. Well, working people are the ones who are getting crushed every single day. People have 2-3 different jobs. And where the hell is Brad Sherman? 31 years in Congress. And this guy still can't find a spine. America is being looted in broad daylight. While career politicians like Brad, they stare at their iPads, looking at corn and doing absolutely nothing. Wake up, people.
Does America feel great again?
No, not at all. I can get laid off tomorrow, then I'm pretty much homeless. Because, you can't save now. Every dollar you have has to go to gas, groceries, bills, rent.
Does America feel great again?
Not in the way everyone wanted. With gas prices, and you can't afford to breathe at this point.
What does it feel like to be living in these conditions right now, in these economic conditions right now?
Hurt, very hurt. I try to do, sorry, I cried. I try to do a lot for my kids, and I can't do much.
It's hard, especially as a father, because you ain't got that extra cash to go and spoil your kids. So it's pretty difficult.
The middle class is definitely being affected, yeah. Low class might as well, crawl in a hole because they can't afford anything. Drill, baby, drill just didn't go, I don't think.
You still can't beat inflation, no matter what. Well, it seems we never catch up, no matter what. We're always behind the 8 ball.
Does America feel...
These Americans in these groups voted for Donald Trump, and now they cannot afford to eat. He promised he was going to make these people's life better and make these people living without problem and fix all problems they are facing. However, he was done the exactly opposite. Everything has gotten worse. They are saying, I can't afford a car running, and even I can't fill gas. Trump voters are literally now breaking down after seeing rise of price in United States of America. They are in tears. This is real. Americans reacting to high gas price rent are still saying, I can't afford the rent. I can't afford the groceries. I voted for Trump because of economy. So let's watch more clips related to economic news. I'll be back with hot commentaries. So this video is related to education. If there is any mistake in which is not good, any mistake, feel free in the comment section. So let's watch more clips related to economic news.
We can't afford food, we can't afford gas, we can't afford housing. No one's coming to save us. When asked to what extent did he factor in financial situations of the American people, he said not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situations. Rising gas prices, rising food costs, rising housing costs, and he doesn't care about our financial situations. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is bad. This is the biggest grift of all time, and we have been had. Well, you've been had. You voted for him 2 or 3 times. That's not the point. The reason I am here is to help you make money. It doesn't matter what president is in office. You need to have a way to make money that doesn't rely on your 9 to 5, because big corporations are who are making out on all of these deals. Tax breaks, kickbacks, bailout. Do you know who pays for that? You and me. These billionaires are getting off scot-free while we do their work for them, make them richer, and pay their taxes. Oh, and the best part? This guy wants to get you off your antidepressants.
Groceries are 33% higher than 2019. 33% higher.
Americans are buying less groceries. Grocery product purchases were flat in 2025, then declined about 2% year over year in most months since February of 2026. That's according to a report by Nielsen IQ and Bain & Company that was shared exclusively with CNBC. This is surprising because rarely does the grocery market see full decline across the entire sector. Consumers are facing higher grocery prices and SNAP benefit changes, as well as other inflationary pressures, which
Not only are grocery prices 33% higher, June 2026 versus June 2025, Americans are buying 1.8% less groceries. Do you think people need to eat less? Shoppers are buying less groceries, less items, and spending more. Inflation is up. Gas prices is up. When gas prices are up, food prices go up. Clothing, toiletry, diapers, everything that goes on a truck to go to a store. If you think that this doesn't affect the economy, you are wrong. People spending less at the grocery store means less economic stimulus, means grocery stores will raise prices to cover the shortage of groceries being bought. It means they will hire less people. It means they will pay less taxes. People being hired means less people spending money in the economy. 80% of the gross domestic product comes from consumers. Warning, warning, warning. The United States of America is collapsing every single day. 60% of Americans.
So do you think Trump got the note? Did you see on the news today that groceries were up to 33%, the highest price in over 50 fucking years? And this son of a bitch has the nerve to say, prices are going down, we're doing great. I get so sick and tired of hearing this, how great we're all doing. Has this guy ever shopped for groceries? I don't think so. 33 fucking percent it's up. 33%. So Donald Trump, I hope somebody shares this to him. Maybe you better listen to the people that help get you into office, because they're fucking struggling. They can't afford to feed their fucking children. And you keep, you just over there at the Chevy dealership just a couple days ago and replacing all your fucking cars with brand new Escalades because you people in your group, they all like to ride in style. Well, ain't that nice? You're riding around in fucking Escalades and we got people eating all these Fruit Loops because that's all they can afford. All these Fruit Loops. Would you ever eat that? No. You've never shopped. You've never cooked. You just sit around being hand-served food, catered to, living a life of luxury, mocking and laughing at all the people that voted you in. Shame on you. Shame on you.
So guess what? This is going up in August. Everything's going up in August that is in packaging that they don't like, butter and cheese and all these things, because we're now going to have, thanks to the Democrats, impact fees, which is estimated to put $1,300 a year on top of your grocery bill. They never stop gouging you. Enough is enough.
Yeah, he needs to tell the truth. That's what he needs to do. He gets up there with all these promises and these lies. The promises ain't for us. He wants us to vote for him. Well, you got to do something. You know, make it right.
And you got to decide whether you're going to pay the rent or feed your family. You know, it's getting tough out there for everyone.
Everything's more expensive now that he's been in office for a couple of years. It's really driven the price of everything up with his crazy tariffs and his crazy policies.
I'm curious if you could give him a letter grade overall handling of the economy.
F. If I could go lower than F, I would.
Hold on, what did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a mega man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, you know, he's just he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. You know, they all, the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s with trickle-down economics? Yeah. The filthy rich got richer, and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes. I'm disappointed for sure. I'm real disappointed.
People can't afford to live. People can't afford gas. People can't afford food. People can't afford rent. The cost of living has gone up within these past 4 years, and I think that everyone here has been a victim of that.
In the future, I want to be able to own a home. And when he was president, the prices were a lot lower, especially for home buyers. And that is a huge issue for me. I want to be able to own my own home. I want to be able to start a family at an affordable cost.
I like the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. I'm a big fan of lowering taxes personally. And in high school, I worked jobs that I earned money through tips. So that would have been able to help me save a lot more for college. And I think that would have helped me out a lot more in the long run.
I'm a big Christian, and I feel like that's the most important thing. And if the country is led towards righteousness and goodness, then we're going to be in a good place. And if it's not, which I believe that Kamala Harris would bring us all the way down and sink us and make us corrupt, we're not going to be able to get out of it.
Look at what's happening to ordinary families. The cost of simply living in America have become a struggle for millions of people. You walk into a grocery store with $100, thinking you can buy a decent amount of food. Then you look at your recipe and wonder where all money went. People aren't necessarily buying more. They are buying less and pay more. That is the problem. And groceries aren't the only problem. Rent is eating up people's paychecks. For some families, housing alone can consume an enormous part of their monthly income. And here there is part that should concern everybody. You can have a job and still struggle to survive. You need gas to get to work, but you need money to buy gas. And you need that job to make the money. It is a vicious cycle. Then there is the car payment, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. One broken transmission or unexpected repair can completely destroy someone's budget. And after recent, food and transportation, the bills don't stop. Electricity, water, food, internet, everything has price. Imagine being a parent and having to stand in a grocery store calculating what you can put back because you don't have enough money. For many working people, payday doesn't feel like payday anymore. The money arrives and immediately disappears into bills. So, and when everything goes towards survival, how are people supposed to save? How are they supposed to prepare any emergency? A medical bills, a car repair, a broken appliance, something as simple as unexpected expenses can push family into debt. When the paycheck isn't enough, people start reaching for credit cards, and then they are not just paying today bills, they are paying yesterday bills with tomorrow money. We are constantly told about the American dreams, but for many working families, the dream has become simply being able to pay the bills without going into debt. What happened to the idea that if you worked hard and you could afford a decent life? This is not about people wanting luxury. We are talking about basic necessities: food, housing, transport, and energy. That's all. So, and this is where voters have every right to ask politicians a simple question. What are you actually doing to make everyday life more affordable? You can talk about economics, numbers all days long, but ordinary people judge the economy by what happens when they open their wallet. So if your groceries bill keeps climbing, your rent keeps climbing, and your gas bill keeps climbing, you are going to feel that pressure regardless of what politicians say. So, people don't want handouts. Most people want something much simpler: the ability to work, pay their bills, feed their families, and have a little money left over. So here there is closing question. At some point, the question isn't economy growing. The question is, can ordinary people still afford to live? Because an economy isn't just a number on a screen. It is family sitting to their kitchen table trying to figure out which bills they can afford to pay. Thanks for watching.